Welcome back to the Hermitcraft FTB server. It's been a few days since I've been on, because I've been busy with a number of other things and so on. And so I come on here and I find a little bit of a message about chunk loaders. My chunk loaders are in this chest here. And apparently the world crashed due to red power managers. They're not sure why. And they unchunk-loaded the area until it can be fixed. And so, I think pretty much what it's going to mean by fixed is about the same solution that I've seen several other people doing, and that is to simply start removing red power stuff. I mean, I like red power. I think red power is extremely awesome, very cool. But something in this mod pack of 89 bajillion mods with umpty-11 lines of code doing all kinds of things, something is conflicting with the red power managers, or the managers are conflicting with something else. Who knows? It would take a team of code monkeys to figure it out, I'm sure. In the meantime, the only practical solution is to stop using red power managers, which I was going to do anyway because of the applied energistic system. You'll notice here that it's not looking too healthy. The disk drives are not lit up anymore, and this is not lit up very much. There is 6 units of power, and it's offline. There isn't enough power to run everything. And the reason for that is because the Buildcraft Energy that is providing the power for it. Okay, the energy cells apparently seem to have juice. Oh, that one's empty. That one's empty. This one is empty. Why these two are not empty? Oh, they're probably not connected underneath. Oh, they are. Yeah, but those lines are set to input power. The key is the boiler is offline. No fuel. So, let's head down to the boiler. The fuel supply. And the fuel is gone. So what I need to do is go ahead and start these going. Now that that tank is empty, the resulting biofuel can head in here and send out there, and also go up here to feed the boiler. Now, if I remember correctly from previous experience, I need to shut this fuel line off. Not rotate it. Put it off. Until such time as there is enough fuel in there to fill the boiler's inside tank. Now we've got plenty of biomass. And also the reason there's no more being produced is that, well, the AE system doesn't have enough power to route things, and also the tree farm is just about out of power because it is powered by this thing too. And so I'm going to pause here for a little bit and wait for the boiler's internal tank to fill. Well, until the tank down below has enough in it to fill the internal tank on the boiler. And then get the boiler heated up and producing power again. And once the thing is making enough power to do something, we'll do something. Alright, just now getting some steam in here. And at this point, this thing is using the fuel just as fast as it comes in. The temperature has been rising very slowly.
Okay, we now have steam in the pipes. The steam engines are beginning to run, and that means we're starting to build power again. Alright. And now, as the temperature continues to rise, this thing will get more efficient. It will take less fuel to keep it up to temperature, which means that the fuel production will catch up with it, and it will build 16 buckets worth in its internal buffer. Alright, so that much is good to go. And it looks like it's almost night. No, not yet. Alright. The AE system is charging. It has power now. And let me have a look at what's going on down below here. Not building up much here. I took one of those energy cells and brought it down here to keep these refineries going. And I took a chunk out of the circuit here so that this would not be draining power. And so on. To keep this going. Keep this... Oh, it's just about dead too. It's a good thing the system came online when it did. Alright, it's definitely looking dark now. Let's get some daylight on those solar panels. Okay. Alright. 106 going up to 107. Still not storing any fuel inside. But at least we are once again producing some power. Enough to bring this system online. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start using this to solve the manager problem. And that is the way these managers work now. The way I set them up. The one on top of a barrel puts stuff into it. So if we take this out of here, that says to stop putting iron in there. If we take this one out of here, this says to stop keeping or delivering iron from there. It means now iron is no longer allowed to be in that barrel. And the manager should, the one on the bottom here, should start pulling the iron out of there, and it's not doing that. Of course, there's a couple of red lights on here, so let's break this piece of pipe. Put it back. Okay, there was something jammed in there. I don't know what, but something was jammed or something. In any event, it is now emptying stuff out of there. It's going through there. It's going to end up in that default chest, the one that's hooked up to... no, not there, but... the one that's got the import buses on it. So, I'm going to do the same thing here. Take the item out of the bottom chest and everything, the bottom manager, and everything in the barrel above it gets pulled, ejected from the system into the tubing to head back down into that barrel down below, or chest actually, that is, well, let's head there. It's all going to be sent in here, where these import buses are going to take it all into the AE system. And so, that's going to take care of the problem, because once each barrel is empty, oops, I made a mistake here. I created a loop. Yeah, that's going to be better. Because the top manager says, if you got this, put it in here. The bottom manager says, you're not allowed to keep anything in there. Get out. And so it just started doing a loop. But now that that's fixed, And that's what I'm going to do. I'll take this out of here, and then take the one out of the bottom. Oh, hello. And then it all ends up coming down here and getting inputted into the AE system. And let me go ahead and drop this back off while I'm here. Alright, now what I'm going to spend the next several minutes doing is what I was just doing. I'm going to arrange for all of these barrels up here to become empty. And then once they are empty, I'm going to take out the barrels, I'm going to take out the managers, and then I'm going to head downstairs and start doing more of the same thing. Arranging for barrels and managers to no longer have any content, with all of it headed into the AE system. Now, there's 63 types and still plenty of space in these 4, 5, 6 storage units. This one and this one are yet empty, so there should be plenty of room. And that will have all of our iron in there, all our gold and all these ingot materials and so on, whatever they are. And we will start using fewer and fewer managers. And as a matter of fact, given what's been going on, I'm going to remove all of the managers, because they have been responsible for a number of crashes. Alright, update on the boiler. It is now running full time, and the system is finally producing enough biofuel to actually have a chance to fill this thing. It'll take time yet. The temperature's up to 262. It's got a long ways to go to get up to 1,000 or 1,100 or however high it gets. And I have completed part of the manager removal. All of that stuff is gone, including the plumbing that made it work. And this arrangement with chests up here, I figure if I've got this, I don't need that at all. And a lot has happened down here. All of the barrels that are now missing are empty. And since then, there's probably more that are becoming empty. In the process, I managed to break a couple of these managers, and they have run out of power, and I need to temporarily at least fix the problem, get some power down to them. Oh, good grief. Battery box is hosed. Okay. These battery boxes have got plenty. Alright. Just do it this way. Down here and get the ones that are loose. And I suppose that's what I should have picked up in the first place. Alright, now let's take our blue alloy wire here. Alright, is that connecting? I'm betting it isn't. but I know that is. Alright, power's coming in. The managers are coming online. They have to in order to spread the power along to the ones that need the power. Like, for example, this one has a whole 361 some stacks to unload, and all these things that still have things in them that need to be unloaded. The power has to work its way around to it. But we're getting there. Now, for the fuel system, I've done a little bit here. We now have 5 refineries refining biomass into biofuel. And we're still not building up any stock here. Of course, we have to get the oven full. Okay, I think I can put this back now. I had it disconnected before, but I didn't want things. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be output from the boiler now, so this way the boiler should be able to power its own refineries now, because the steam engines are running. So let's just test that. Turn this to 0 output. These refineries continue, we're good to go. Alright, we're good to go, I think. In which case, I will take this down. And these redstone energy cells can go back upstairs in the circuit where they were. Alright, they'll charge up. The biofuel level is gradually increasing its average level. Now that the temperature's up over 288 and climbing, the machine's fuel use is starting to be more efficient, taking less fuel to maintain temperature, which means this thing will continue running. And let's see. More tons of stuff is being sent into storage now that there's power. Once all of these barrels are empty, then I will be free to remove all of these managers connected to them. What I've been doing is going along here, and every time a barrel turns up empty, remove it. Kind of give myself an idea, a visual indicator of progress. And when they're all down, then I know I'll be able to just go right ahead and take all these managers out. And what I'm going to do is get all the managers along the wall removed. I'm going to remove, actually these I can remove now. I'll work out another system with AE and scrap later. Oh, get back up here. Alright, and of course, ye old input chest. Let's see, this thing is taking stuff from the quarry and the farm. Well, the quarry is not operational, and the tree farm is sending it directly into the AE system, so we don't need that anymore. This chest is hooked up mostly to this ender pouch right now. Okay. I have a feeling I don't need that manager anymore. Let me give it a minute. Alright, I'm going to take a few more minutes here. Actually, it may take longer than that because there's a lot of crap in these barrels. And I will see about what the next step is from there. Alright, all of these managers are out of there. I still have some plumbing to remove and so on, and I'll get to that. Let's see. Now, yeah, I think I know the solution here. Let's see. Import bus. And we'll go ahead and take that ender chest. Go ahead and take that manager down. Alright, so what I'll do, pop the ender chest right there. ME import bus right there. Set it for stack at a time as well. Anything coming into the ender chest will go into the system. Anything coming in through here. I put this one back in because I remembered that I still have one of the legacy farms producing wheat, and so the wheat and seeds output from that needs to come in through this. So I pop that down here. That will dump it into this chest where it gets sucked into the system. Things are progressing. There's no more managers down here. Let's have a look. I know there's none down here, but I'm going to look anyway. Yeah, everything's good. Our fuel is starting to pile up. This is great. How about this here? Okay, we need to get power back onto biomass production. Alright. Okay, and that's redstone energy conduit. I do like this ME remote access thing. That should get that fired up again. Get that going again. Alright, system is producing biomass, and over here refining it into biofuel. Very good. Alright. That will keep the boiler going. Now let's see if there's any managers left up. Oh yes, there is. Alright. And at this point, all I'm going to do is remove the managers. I will be replacing all this stuff with ME equivalent systems very soon. Right now, I just want to get the managers pulled so that any manager related crashes will not be coming from here. And that way, I can go ahead and put my chunk loaders back in. Alright, now let's go ahead and throw some cobble down here. Yeah. Alright, no more managers in operation. There's not even any set up. I got all of those pulled out of there. All these, all the ones down below. I think we're good to go. And so, let's see. It's dark. Let's get some daylight. And there's one more thing I wanted to do real quick. Alright. I have noticed something happening recently, in recent weeks. There's been a couple of 3 times it's happened. Like, for example, this is a good example of it right here. These trees. The leaves on these trees have all spontaneously decayed. Well, either that or somebody's being a really strange griefer and coming along and griefing the trees, which, frankly, I don't believe that for a second. You know, why would somebody come along and grief the leaves on the trees and leave the wood? That makes no sense. But something's happening to the leaves here. I don't know what. I certainly haven't been cutting any of them because, well, I've got a tree farm. I've got more wood available than I'm ever going to be able to use. And I can show you another occurrence right over here. Is where it happened again. Now, I know there is a TechCraft node right there. I don't know if that is somehow related to the respawning of TechCraft nodes, maybe. I kind of doubt it. It doesn't make any sense. Because while this one is in the middle of all these trees, this other area where the trees have decayed, there's a TechCraft node nearby, but it's not in the same chunk as the trees. And I can show you that one. Oh, God, I hate that thing. I thought I had that rekeyed to somewhere else. Anyway, you can see by the red lines where the chunk borders are. And that thing is not in the chunk with these, so I don't think it's affecting them. And so, anyway, if anybody has any idea why all of a sudden, for some unknown reason, the trees have suddenly decided to stop dropping their leaves in clusters like this, I would appreciate a little bit of a clue about that. Meanwhile, I'm going to get out my chunk loaders. I'm going to re-chunk load this place. And figuring that I no longer have any managers in use, that should not be an issue here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in here. I think that should be sufficient. Get up here and have a look. I don't see the lasers. I turned the lasers on. No, I don't see them. Well, maybe I only thought I turned them on. Let's see. Show lasers. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm going to have to move it out a little bit to include the tree farm. So I'm just going to bump that up by 1 and that should do it. Hit that up, hide the lasers. Okay, there we go. Alright, so next time out, I'm going to get busy with putting in AE systems to replace the function of the managers and whatnot that have just been yanked out. And we'll get busy with that, and perhaps then we'll have less of a lag issue and so on. I know when I first got on here, I had the frame rates down around 7 and 12 frames a second. I'm up to about 16 while recording, so I'll consider that an improvement, even if gradual. Anyway, we'll work on fixing things up and adding to the AE system next time. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out.